So, is first impression the last impression?
Definitely, I must say that when we look at during the students during the interview process, how they are keen in this career building and for this course also, what is their interest, and whether they will be able to cope with the course and their willingness also, seriousness for the course. And we also look at their whether they are actively involved in readings and then in their studies also, and they have a career plan also. And like for this PGDM course also, generally we expect that whatever they are telling, they understand and they are serious about the career path. That is very, very important.
Okay.
And so they should be able to present also within, I mean, we give a topic, maybe they should continue. When we ask that introduce yourself, at least 1 or 2 minutes, they should continue unless we say is fine. So that helps. I mean, that they have to, that skill, if they prepare, that will be better. That gives impression about the personality also, and what are their, whether there is a clarity in their goal and path, whether they have done some background study about the institute and they are in this domain, whatever they are working on it, whether they have information about it. So that is the first thing we look.
Sir, I normally say everyone ki have a story either related to your past, your performance, academic performance, your extracurriculars, or regarding the future, that I want to do this the way you said. इनमें से कुछ भी एक या दोनों अगर आपके पास है,
something should be
there, right?
Should be there.
It's just not your name only. My name is this. I'm from this college. This should not be there.
They can talk about their academic background also, or which place they are, where they have studied, and what is the career aspiration. I think they can plan this way. That first introduce yourself. If you, when we say maybe their academic journey or whatever background they have, education where they have done, from which city maybe they are, and what is their aspiration slightly, if they can highlight.
Correct.
So that creates a good impression.
Correct. So sometime interview lasts for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, sometimes they last for half an hour, 40 minutes. So what is the reason for that? You have enough time to burn with you like the student, that's why you take more time. Definitely.
During the, as I've said, the first interaction, and then when a topic is given to them, if they are able to talk about that for some time and add some value to that, then the interest also gets created, and we'll ask a lot of questions, and this continues. This gives a good sign also.
It's a good sign.
Good sign generally.
It's a good sign.
Good
if it's a short interview, it's not a good sign.
Short interview, very short interview, yes, definitely.
Not a good sign.
Not a good sign, I'll say.
No, right. Especially with you, when it comes to you. Because there are some faculty who will just judge the person from their looks and everything, and in 5 minutes, either you're selected or you are out. So, is that a possible case in I've seen these kind of students?
It depends, but generally, first, as I've said, the introduction part is very, very important. So, if they can present well, so there is a long-lasting effect. So then it will be continued. So depend upon person to person, but for me, I'll judge this way. Correct. If I find some good answers are coming, then I'll continue. I'll ask some more.
Correct. Sir, about the dressing sense, is it okay to wear a shirt, normal shirt, pant, or suit or coat?
Proper dressing is required because you are ultimately serious about the interview. Whatever the college is taking the interview, in my college also, wherever they are. So they should be in proper dress, and then it shows the seriousness also about the interview. Sometimes maybe some waiting time also there, we should have some patience also, and then that gets reflected also. But we understand if there are certain issues, we understand that also. We are quite flexible in that, but this gives a good impression, I must say.
Correct. Sir, sometimes I'm not able to answer a few questions. Like if you are sitting in front of sir, he is going to ask you a few technical questions, and he is not going to, jitna मैं आपको जानता हूँ, that you are not going to judge him from the looks, you are going to judge him from what is inside you, inside the brain. So if I'm not able to answer a few questions and the student become very nervous, so is it okay to say no sir, I don't know every time, or is it okay to suggest a topic as well, sir, I'm more comfortable with this topic?
That is also fine. One can guide the discussion also. If I am not able to answer that, better to tell that okay, I'll study on this, or I'll look back, or this is interesting, I was not aware, rather than giving a false answer.
Okay, that's okay to
that is fine. But rather than I mean, but we continue in the discussion. If first 4 questions also, but better to remain in the discussions,
Right.
participate in the discussion, or maybe some other areas also can be told.
Correct,
So that way, I mean, not to withdraw. I mean, one should keep trying rather than I mean stopping that or withdrawing from the discussions. So that is
It's
the
more important, right? Sir, is it the answer I'm giving is more important, like why I've taken the gap year or why my caliber record is low, or you are kind of trying to understand what kind of answers I'm giving? So is my answer more important, or is my confidence level or
confidence and answer? Definitely there should be some logic. I mean, if I am preparing, if there is any gap, whether how I have utilized the time, that is important. Like whether I have prepared for some, if someone says I was preparing for CAT, people will understand that okay, that time was properly utilized. So some reason, solid reason, this generation has to give logic. I mean, whether they are studying something or preparing for competitive exam, or how they have utilized that period also is important. They have to find out some I mean logic or some good reason for that, rather than telling some other things. So that is my view.
that is important?
That is important.
Right. Sir, participating in games, participating in events is very common today. And you always
That's
talk about the
extracurricular.
research that you have to go into research. In fact, both the books published here are published by sir only. So, sir, if, of course, I don't have enough time to publish the book, but if I submitted any article to any journal or somewhere where I've just sent them, it's approved, not approved is a later on thing. Can I put in the resume, number one, and will it be a valid point? Will you consider that?
Definitely, if I have written something, because written communication is also important. So some that will give extra points also. Someone can write, I mean, submit to a even news daily also. Some piece of article can be or published there, or maybe as a working paper. There are numerous sites are there where research as a research paper like ResearchGate. There also one can submit. There should be concrete. I mean, if I have submitted somewhere, a concrete source maybe given, or if you have some a dissertation is also written or a working paper is written, that is also fine. But one can mention that. But a authentic source will be further helpful.
Right.
But it gives an impression definitely that the student has a writing skill, writing ability, oral communication as well as writing ability. They are very very important. So
Yeah, but
now
prepare for that also, because
we
otherwise if you
expect
ask sir question, if you ask him question, and he don't
industry
know-
is also expecting that. Companies also expect
right,
that.
expect that. Right.
So any MBA interviews, I mean, during that this will give extra point. I will suggest that if you do a short projects also under, even during graduation time also under the guidance of faculty, if you initiate something, you can tell that. So that also gives the how, I mean, you are serious, I mean, you have properly utilized the time. Or participating in various seminar, case study competition, or various competition also is a good way of utilizing that time. During graduation time also, I am saying.
Right.
There are many competitions, business schools or any other, they can also, or colleges also do that. If that opportunity is there, better to utilize.
Correct.
I have found here also when students are joining, they have already done some initiated some project work or some case study or maybe some even for research papers also I have seen. So that is a good point, definitely.
Correct. Sir, one thing in every student's mind is very scared of the interview because मुझे fail हो जाऊंगा, I get failed or this and that. So what you do, you give marks to a student that even if I score less mark in the interview, but if I've done a very good in the exam.
Academic, definite. Academically, if academic background is good and the entrance scores are good, definitely they will have chance. But during personality also, I will suggest that you try to make it not worse actually. Try to deliver as much possible, but definitely that is not the only criteria. That I must say.
Correct. So don't worry about the interview. You just go with the thinking process that sir is going to give you marks. So before, if you say it's a pass, go, no go gate, मैं reject हो जाऊंगा, ये हो जाऊंगा, then
if
student not able to perform.
Genuinely good, definitely. But one has to ensure that it is not very. I mean, so the weightage is there, but definitely academic background and the entrance exams, they are very important. They are also very important.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.